Sonia, what a privilege to have you with us. When we think about leadership and intentionality and underserved spaces, how can we harness or utilize intentionality to better serve the tech space or women in tech, especially in underserved communities?
It's so important for us to do everything that we do as leaders. We need to do it with intention, and it needs to be intentional thing that we do. And leadership is quite important in ensuring that we do encourage the kids, from rural areas, from the township areas, that technology is important. Technology is a differentiator. So why is it important is from the young age. For example, at Vodacom, what we do, we've got things like Code It Like a Girl. Where we train young girls from schools to do coding, to make sure that they learn some of the STEM skills from an early age. And also what we're doing in most of our programs, we're ensuring that we also, when we're doing things like hackathons, we look at other communities, we look at other universities to say, we don't want to just keep it within the organization. What else? Where else? How can we open this? And it's important also to just show that technology is not something that is out there, something that is big, something that is scary. It's something that is quite important. And to give hope to the kids from underprivileged backgrounds, to say that it's real. When I look at myself as an example, if anyone had said to me one day I will be the managing executive in Vodacom for that matter, in technology for that matter, I wouldn't have believed it. And even how I got here, it was through people who believed in me, through other leaders who intentionally supported me. For me, it was important to also take up those opportunities. It's okay to be given opportunities and opportunities to be created, but we must also be willing to lean in and grasp those opportunities.
I love that. As a woman in the tech space, as a powerhouse in your own right, what does it mean to rise with intention as a leader and as a woman?
We need to rise with others. We need to be the shoulders for others to stand on. We need to create that space for the others also to come and say, we are opening these boundaries. We are opening the ceilings. For me, what's important is the foundation. There were times where I was doing same level, no salary increase, doing multiple work, moving different teams, learning different technologies and stuff like that. At the time, it felt like, why am I wasting time? Why am I doing this? But now I'm benefiting from that because that's the foundation that I'm standing on. You tell me about AI, I know what you're talking about. You tell me about digital channels, I know what you're talking about. So those foundation, those years of just expanding and learning. And also sometimes it's not linear. You might go up, you might go down, but just keeping on focusing and just keeping on.
Buhle, you are the executive head for SMMEs and women in the digital space for Vodacom in particular. I want to know from you, why are platforms like Innovator Trusts WIT so important for women-owned SMMEs?
Women need a lot of support. From a majority point of view, there are a lot of female-owned SMEs, and the key thing around that is education. Women, we're self-starters. We always want to do something. We always want to start something. We want to sustain our families. But we don't always have the necessary support and the enablers around us. And I think this platform is a really important point to be able to do that. And I think, when we look at it and you think around just women-owned businesses and what they aim to achieve, women are more likely to plow what they get back from their businesses into their families. They hire, they create employment, they take kids to school, better education, better access to health. So I think that's where women are really important for this economy, because I think we're main drivers into how sustainability, and we look at, creating shared value in ecosystems. Women are really important and integral to that.
So what's it mean for you to rise with intention?
As women, a lot of the times we doubt ourselves. We doubt ourselves and we suffer from imposter syndrome. I can't do it. I'm not ready. And I think when you have intent, you put in the work behind yourself. There's also a confidence about, I'm charting my own path. I know where I'm going, and I'm excited about where I'm going. And these are the plans that I put in place for that. And I think it also, when you take a moment and you start to see, I'm achieving my steps. There's less moments of, I don't know where I'm going, but you also know how to ask for help in the right moments as well.
What are some of the untapped opportunities in the tech space for women, specifically in the rural areas, that leading with intention, or how can leading with intention for those women in the rural communities become more transformative, or help them become more transformative?
I think this is where as Vodacom we play a really big part in and around creating connectivity, so giving women access. So even now we've created, prepaid fiber as an example. A device in somebody's hand and connectivity opens the world. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we take social media for granted. But social media can open you up to markets that you otherwise wouldn't have access. And, we talk about there's digital marketing and there's web, but everyone in South Africa has a smartphone in their hand. They've got a phone in their hand. And if you're able to access people, even as simple as how do I get my business onto WhatsApp for Business as an example, that's a presence. You can show off your products on there. TikTok, use the platforms that you have access to grow those markets for yourself. And it starts as simple as the device that you have, especially for women in rural communities. The device is a very powerful thing that they have access to.